this video, we're going to cover the top 10 things I use daily when working with Flutter inside of VS Code. So the first thing is to make sure that we've got our Flutter extensions installed. Just go under your extensions and search for Flutter. All you need to do is select the install for Flutter and Dart will automatically be installed with it. The first real tip here is how to wrap widgets and how to use some of these tools here. So if I use this quick fix tool here, I click on it and it gives me the ability to wrap with a widget, which is a custom widget if you want, but it also has these commonly used ones. So center is a good example. And now I've got that text widget automatically wrapped in a center widget. The other thing that you end up using a lot with this is the ability to extract a widget. And so when you get these, when you've been coding in here for a while and you've got a whole big structure in here, you want to refactor it out. Being able to just extract the widget by itself is a lot easier than actually just having to go and cut that out. It gives you the parameters that you need to pass in and it automatically puts that at the bottom part of your page for you. While you've got these great capabilities, you want to keep your hands on the keyboard as much as possible. So rather than coming over and clicking on this indicator each time, you utilize the keyboard shortcut, Command period, and keep your hands on the keyboard. The next thing that comes up often is understanding what is available for a specific widget. You can actually do Command and hover over that same thing, and you'll actually see the code that goes with it. You can go in though and do Command click, and it'll open up that actual Dart file itself, and you can see a little bit more detail. All right, so for the next tip, what typically happens is you're in here writing these embedded widgets. In this case, I've got a center that has a child, and that child is a row, and it has children, and I've got a text in there, and a text in there, and text there. And this gets really hard to see what's going on. So all you need to do is put commas in your statements, and then when you save it, it'll automatically format it. Another tip related to being able to see where you are in this embedded structure is a feature that's built into the Flutter and Dart extensions. So if we go to the settings using Command Shift P, we'll do settings, and open up your user settings. We're going to search for a setting called guide, and you'll see a couple in here: preview Flutter UI guides and custom tracking. Now this requires a restart, so go ahead and restart your VS Code. So now that VS Code has restarted, it's added these guides and indicators into your stack to tell you where things are structured. Another tip is being able to understand where the brackets are. So in this case, you see that I've got a bracket here and it's highlighted the opening bracket there. But there's actually a great tool that actually makes this even better. So if I go over to my extensions, I'm gonna choose bracket pair colorizer 2. And what that does is it takes each of the brackets and gives them a different color. So in this case, the row is purple. I've got children, which is blue, and the texts are yellow. So that's a great tool for helping you understand which brackets are part of which set. You're gonna be creating files all the time, and having to move your hands off the keyboard is just kind of annoying and a challenge. So there's a tool that you can actually install. It's called Advanced, as we'll go over, we'll do Advanced. And we want this Advanced New File. And what that allows you to do is create new files with directory structures right from your keyboard. So we'll go back over to our main file here. And instead of Command N, we're gonna do Command Option N. And the first thing it's gonna ask is which main directory you want. In this case, we're just gonna hit enter and choose the last selection, which was lib. So from here, I can do source, and it'll automatically create the home.dart file for me with the exact structures that I asked for. In this case, source screens home.dart. So the next tip is a big time saver as well. So with the Dart and Flutter extensions, there's some snippets that you can use, and they're really easy to utilize. All you have to do is, in this case, I've got a blank page. I don't want to type in all the boilerplate widget information. So I'm just going to type ST for stateless or stateful, and it gives me a listing of the common snippets that I might want to use. In this case, I can use a stateful or a stateful widget. So I go ahead and click stateful, and it gives me all the boilerplate code that I need. And I'll give it a name of home screen. It automatically fills that out in all the different areas that it needs to have that name. Almost done, but I need to import these packages. So in this case, stateful widget, I know that that's part of the material package. I do command period, and I get a listing of where this might be. So it could be in Cupertino, it could be in widgets, but I know I want to pull the one from material. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter on that, and it automatically imports my packages here. The final thing that we want to talk about is how do you actually go and get those packages installed? So we know that this gets added into the pubspec YAML file. So I've got Cupertino in here, and then any other dependencies that I would have to go find them and install them and then type that in here. One of the nice things though is if we get a tool called pubspec assist, and once that's installed, I type Command Shift P to bring up my command palette, and then I type pubspec and choose pubspec assist. And then from here, I just say, what is the package name that I want? Well, I want English. I want English what? I don't know. I can't remember the name of that one. Well, here's two options. It could be English words or list English words. Well, the one I actually was thinking about was English words. So I go ahead and click enter on that, and automatically adds the latest version of English words to my pubspec assist for me. So that's it. Those are the top 10 things that I use daily when I'm coding in Flutter inside of VS Code.